Hello everyone, welcome to Twin and Clarity. Thank you so much for liking, thank you so much for subscribing to this Twin and Clarity channel because it's very important to me that you're supporting me. Thank you so much, and I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much. And with the rate at which teenagers and teenagers are being lost in society, it is very important for us to keep it in check. So we talked about emotions in our previous series, and I'll plan to conclude it today. And now in this episode we'll be finalizing emotions. In our last series I talked about how people react to different things. Their emotions springs up because it's your emotions. Because you don't accept certain things in your life, you tend to react to it. So everybody sometimes you get offended due to your things not going your way. And I talked about it in our last series that most times people are angry because things doesn't go their way, so they're upset about it, and it doesn't suit them, it doesn't suit their way of life, it doesn't suit certain things, so they get upset about it. But don't forget that everybody has different ways in which they were brought up, different ways in which they were trained to accept things. So your environment in which you were able to raise up yourself is different from the environment the other person views. Excuse me. So I'll be talking about emotions and how we can curb certain things in our lives that has to do with emotions, because it's important as teenagers and teenagers to understand that at this stage of your life, your hormones makes your emotions spring up easily. Adults are understandable because they're able to control their emotions a little bit, but how you manage your emotions now is what tames you as an adult. That's why there are some adults who don't really know how to control their emotions. They just spring up, they flare up due to different situations in their lives, which is not bad. At that particular time, it's good for you to be able to express yourself, but express yourself in such a way it doesn't hurt the other person. Because I tell you, as teenagers and teenagers, you should learn to be polite. Learn to be polite. When you talk, learn to be polite, because politeness helps emotions actually. When you're polite with yourself, when you're polite with people, you tend not to take offenses sometimes with their words or their actions, because you are calm about things. You're taking in things calmly. So you should learn to be polite about things. Secondly, learn to take in things calmly. Understand the situation before reacting. Understand the situation before reacting, because if you don't understand the situation before reacting, you tend to flare up and you end up regretting your actions. So you should learn to understand the situations rightly. That's why sometimes your parents send you on an errand, you're upset about it. If you should think about why you're upset, why your parents have sent you on an errand, you will find out that you don't have a very tangible reason for your anger. You're upset about it. So you should learn to handle things politely, because if you are handling things politely and calmly, you will understand that when someone gets you angry and you're trying to pass a message, you tend not to be rude. And as young ones, you should learn not to be rude, and don't let your emotions take cloud your judgment in such a way that you tend to be rude to your elders or your parents or your teachers, just people around you that are older. Because of you tend to don't say things politely and calmly, you find out that your emotions is taking a whole lot of you, because the reason why you don't take things calmly because things don't go your way. And I told you in the last episode that things doesn't have to go your way. As far you're in a world where you have different people, things doesn't have to go your way. You just pray that the people you come across are people who understands you and has the same belief and values with you, so you'll be able to work with them with ease. But in places, that's what happens to people in relationships as an adult. You don't know how to manage your emotions. You spring up, you don't think logically, you let your emotions take control over you. So you should learn to be calm. Be calm about things, learn to be calm, think things calmly, be polite about things, and you will find out that you will work actually in a great deal. You will find out that you're working on your emotions gradually. You can ask me questions on my Gmail at twinskelly@gmail.com, and I will definitely come up and answer you. So if you have any questions you had, finding it hard to control my emotions. And when it comes to fear is of the mind. Everything is of the mind. Fear is of the mind. If you have scared of things, if you're scared of life, because at this particular time you are trying to understand yourself, you're trying to understand life, you're trying to understand why you are like this, you're trying to understand the various things that has to do with life and what you should be doing, what you should not be doing, and all that. So learn to understand life, and these emotions helps you learn to understand why the thing that happened the way it happened, and be able to, in the next time when it wants to occur, you will remember that this was the incident that happened and this was how I reacted. So you're able to understand certain things and know how to manage your reaction when it comes to that situation. And secondly, I will not forget to emphasize on you handling your emotions with your parents. Parents are stressed. They are stressed with work. They are stressed with providing for you. They are stressed with everything. Mentally they are stressed, emotionally they are stressed, financially they are stressed most times. So when they send you on an errand and you don't go, they get upset about it, because it is not proper for them to give birth to you, raise you up, and they send you on an errand and you don't go because they are stressed. So you should learn to understand your parents and work with them, because they are actually stressed with things, and you not obeying them or you acting rudely doesn't really help them. Sometimes they might be angry with you. It's not because it's actually a transfer of aggression. And that's another thing. Learn to not to transfer aggression. Learn not to transfer aggression to people. Learn not to transfer aggression to people, because it is important that when you talk to someone and you tend to transfer aggression to them, it doesn't speak well of you. It doesn't speak when you transfer aggression to someone. It doesn't speak well of you. That's why I always tell you, be polite when you want to talk to someone, no matter the circumstance, no matter the situation. Learn to be calm and be polite when you talk to people. It helps your emotions in terms of sadness and anger. And fear, back to fear is of the mind. If you tell yourself that this thing is actually, you're going to be scared of it, that's when you'll be scared, because fear is of the mind. Trust me, if you are going, I give an example. If you are going through a particular part, let's say you don't know that snake has been there. You've been passing and you've not gotten the information that there's snake on that part. So the moment you get an information that there's snake in that road, you've been passing that road actually, and nothing has happened to you. So immediately you get the information that there's snake on that road, and you'll be scared. That is where you see, fear is information. So learn to filter the information you get into your mind. Learn to filter the information. Learn to rebuke anything that has to do with fear. You tell yourself you cannot be scared of this thing. You cannot be scared of this. Because when you tell yourself what you want yourself to do, that is when it comes to play. So learn to work with your emotions. Learn. As teenagers and teenagers, I urge you, always learn to be polite with issues. Always learn to be polite. Do not take things harshly. Do not take things rudely. When you want to talk to your teenagers, you want to explain things to them, calm down. Talk to them in a way that they will understand you. Even when they are shouting at you and you feel you are trying to prove a point to them, let them speak first. Then you let the adults speak first. Then you can now tell them, I'm very sorry if this actually offended you, but I would like to let you know that this is the reason why I actually did it. This is the best of my knowledge, but since you told me that this is the right way to go through it, then this is what I'm going to do. Trust me, it works. Just try it. Even if they say, get out, don't tell me this. When they are calm, you tell them, I'm so sorry if this actually offended you. Mommy, daddy, auntie, sister, brother, I'm sorry, please. I didn't know that this is actually the best I could do. I didn't know that this is not actually the right way. But since you say you like it this way, then I will definitely work on it. I'm sorry. That's all. And this helps too in your relationship with people. And if you build up this character, you find that as an adult you tend not to get upset with things. You overlook certain things because people steps on toes that will want to spring up anger from you. There's some persons who don't really know you, they just conclude and get you offended. So you have to learn to manage your emotions and always be polite when you speak. So thank you so much for subscribing to my channel. Thank you so much for paying attention. Don't forget to share, don't forget to subscribe. I will be back next series. Bye.